Hey, good evening, everyone. I think you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me, just to confirm. I see Howie's Homestyle is here. Thank you for being here. And I'm assuming that's Lynn from the Simple Alaskans. Thank you. Ashley is here. Ashley Anderson, thank you for being here. Chris Schultz, thank you for being here. And that is everyone at the moment that's in the chat, anyways. So let's see here. It's about 32 degrees. Oh, it's Lynn and Daryl. Okay. Hey, Daryl, how are you tonight? And since you answered my question, I'm guessing you can hear me just fine. So you got up to, it's currently the hottest it's been all day. It's 32.3 degrees. Hey, Big Family Expedition, how are you today? Been keeping the uh, under the cabin where the water line is above freezing, so it's 61 degrees right now down there. I have the heater going. I'll unplug it here in a couple hours and then let it sit all night long. Hey, Arlene, thank you for being here. And snowed a little bit here, but just enough to make the ground kind of white on top. So nothing, no real accumulation, just a light dusting. The bunnies are doing good, all three of them. Lola, Babs, and Johnny Ringo. I have them on a diet right at the moment because they're just getting too heavy. They all three of them have big double chins hanging out and stuff like that. So got them on a little bit of a diet. Basically, I'm giving them about a cup of feed a day. I have the three feeders, one on each of their cages that I fill up, and it holds probably 5 or 6 cups of feed, and I just let them eat at will, and they're just getting a little bit too heavy in there. So on these warmer days, it's 32 degrees right now. So on the warmer days, I'm limiting how much feed they have. If we get a real cold snap again, then I'll just let them eat at will, because rabbits and all animals, they produce body heat by digesting foods. So when it was real cold out this winter, I didn't want to limit their feed any, so I let them eat as much as they needed. Hey, Brook Trout, thanks for being here. Yeah, my thermometer is showing 61.4 degrees under the cabin right now. So yeah, just got the bunnies on a little bit of a diet. They I'm sure they're not too happy with me, but hey, it is what it is. I will be breeding them here in about a month, I would say. Probably end of March sometime. We still could get some pretty cold nights, so I don't want to have little babies out there when it could get down around zero and stuff at night. So I'll probably breed them. I'm thinking maybe a couple times this summer. I'm not sure exactly how often though. Hey Whipple, thanks for being here. Just checking in, Bill. Always well down home in PA. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, it's cold down there though today. Next week it's supposed to be in the low 40s every day here, and I checked the temperature back where I grew up, and it's going to be a couple days in the low 20s. So a lot colder back in Pennsylvania next week than it is here. Hey Susan, how are you tonight? Thanks for being here. And then let's see here. What else is going on? Not much. For all of you that are members of the channel, I posted a video a couple hours ago, so you can go and watch it now. Everybody else, it'll go live at let's see here, approximately 8:30 p.m. tomorrow evening on Eastern Standard Time. 8:30, 7:30 Central. Hey Liam, thanks for being here. How are you tonight? Whoa, out at Lennon Darrow's, they got up to 40 today. Wow. And I know John's up on the hill here in Willow, and I'm down in the valley at some of the lowest areas in the Willow area, and it just doesn't. It gets a lot colder down here. Hey, Kevin with Hiking with Jackie Boy. Thanks for being here. How are you tonight, buddy? Whipple says, I got connected to a couple people with the American Chestnut Foundation, and I just built a chestnut tree nursery for our sportsman's club. Hope to start around 500 trees this spring. Oh, wow, that's awesome. That's really cool. Let's see here. What else is going on in my world? Oh, we got the 3rd annual Alaska YouTube meetup happening on June 21st, 2025. So if you're in the area or want to come up for it from out of state, more than welcome to attend. This is the 3rd annual. I just got confirmation a couple of days ago. Magic Metals is going to sponsor it again this year. They did a good sponsorship last year of it, and we were able to give away a lot of good prizes because of their sponsorship. And thank you, Lynn. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up for Bill. Thank you. And as Nightbot is saying in the chat, I do have a merch store. So please, if you're so inclined, feel free to check out the merch store. I got all kinds of things. Women's, children's, babies, men's clothing, like t-shirts and stuff, hoodies, some glassware, and some stickers. I think that's everything. So feel free to check out the merch store. And if you want to help support the channel, you can do it that way. Or if you're buying anything off Amazon, I got an Amazon affiliate link in all the descriptions. Let's see here. What else is going on? Not much. Going to start doing some construction. I kind of put on hold getting the lights and light switches working in the cabin, so I got to get that finished. I want to get my kitchen, at least the bottom cabinets, put in. So that's high priority, and then I'm going to be moving outside and doing some building outside here, possibly next week. Let's see here. Everyone's just saying hi to each other. So that's pretty cool. Let's see here. What else is going on? Not much at the moment. Just this is way too warm of weather right now. I have maybe 6 inches of snow outside, and it should be like chest deep on me. It should be up this high on me. And unfortunately, it's only about 6 inches. So, and getting up above freezing almost every day now. Hardly any snow in these warm temperatures in February still. It should be 0 degrees and chest deep snow. It's just what an unusual winter this year. Let's see here. What else? I'm looking at a new computer. I want to get a laptop so I can edit and take it with me, because right now I just have this this computer right here. It's a big, heavy desktop, so it's not really conducive to traveling. And I've always had issues with it. There's always been something not right with it. So I think it's a bad motherboard. But, and also now if I update the BIOS, it crashes and won't reboot. So I can't update the BIOS in it either. So I just want to get a new laptop and sell this one. All the components of it is still very valuable. They're top of the line still to this day, and I've had it for 4 years now. Simple Alaskans, we are going to end up getting a blizzard in July at the rate we are going. Yeah, probably. That is true. And their Nightbot just posted my Amazon affiliate link. Let's see here. I guess I can show you the outside here for a couple of seconds. Yep, got a little bit of snow out there, not much. Susan's asking how my job is going. It's going well. No complaints at the moment. So get centered here a little bit. So yeah, it's going well. Hey, Living My Alaska is in the house. Thanks for being here, Ben. He just had a premiere on his video just starting at 4 o'clock. Good video. Did a little winter camping and a little bit of snow machining. And yeah, if anyone wants to come up on the panel, just click the link up at the top of the chat and feel free to come up. Kevin, Hiking with Jackie Boy, says it's 61 degrees where he's at. And I'm assuming you're at home in Texas right now, right? Just water. So let's see here. What else is going on? Not much. I'm actually ready for spring. Normally I'm not, but the way this winter's been going, yes, I'm definitely ready for spring to get here. I'm anxious to get stuff done outside. I think in maybe if I get everything done that I need to get done, I might start trying to get rid of that dirt pile. See if my excavator can dig down through the dirt. Hey, Briggs Bake, thank you for being here. Let's see here. DNAs. Excuse me here. Got a niche right there. And Bennett from Living My Alaska, he hopes we get more good snow so he can get out snow machining. Yeah, but normally that's what I'm wanting to, but this year I'm just kind of over it. If we get a good dump, I'm definitely up for going for a ride, but I still might go back up to Petersville here in a couple weeks. Wouldn't mind getting up there at least one more time while there's still good riding snow up there. Let's see here. What else is going on? Not much at all. Ashley is posting links to various channels, so definitely check them out. Thank you for doing that, Ashley. Yeah, I don't have much to talk about tonight. Bennett says, looks like we will have an early birch sap season. Yeah, probably. Unfortunately, I was going to buy stuff to tap birch trees with, and I think by the time they would get in, I'd be past the date. Normally, we have that in like April, May, but I think it's going to happen possibly in March. Getting up into the 40s every day and only 6 inches of snow on the ground. Sap could definitely start flowing very, very early, a couple months early. We got someone coming in. Hey, who knows this guy? It's Kevin with Hiking with Jackie Boy. How are you?
Hey. Excuse me. How are you, Bill?
I'm hanging in there. How about yourself?
I'm not doing too bad.
How's retired life treating you?
I was just about to say that 2 months of it, and I haven't gotten bored yet.
That's what I hear. Most people say once they retire, they're busier than before they retired.
Yeah, I got enough I need to still be doing, and I've been out and about doing some things, been doing some hikes, and just
I've been saying you've been posting a lot. So
yeah. So I do got a hike planned for tomorrow. It'll be in the Texas Hill Country, place called Kickapoo Cavern State Park. Then
Wow.
Saturday we have a tribal event where we're going to be at the Texas Tribal Buffalo Project, where they're going to be doing a buffalo harvest.
Ah, that's cool.
Yep.
Hey, Clint, thanks for being here.
And
Yeah, Buffalo's good. I've had it when I was a kid.
when I walk away from that, they usually give us quite a bit of buffalo or bison.
Yeah, bison. Technically, I guess.
Almost forgot to do one thing is silence my phone. If I get a call, it would be a copyright on you. We don't want to do that.
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
So, tell everyone what hiking with Jackie Boy is, and
Well,
who Jackie Boy is.
Jackie Boy is my dog. He's about a 12-pound miniature pinscher, and he loves to go hiking with me. And he's not your typical small dog. He is exceptionally tough. His endurance is something else.
That's good.
Yep. He is getting some age to him, but he still hasn't seemed to be slowing down yet.
How old is he now?
He's about 13.
About 13. Wow, he is getting up there.
Yeah. There's some pages I follow on Facebook about the miniature pinschers.
Right.
It's not unusual for them to push 20 years.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yep.
I see a tail in your corner of the screen there.
That's the cat.
Okay. All I can see is a little bit of a tail going like this.
Yeah. Yeah. She's like, you're live. I gotta come up here. You're visiting someone on the live. I gotta come up and make myself present.
It's like they know.
Yeah. But Jackie Boy knows something's going to be going on. As soon as I'm grabbing the GoPro, he's like, right. Are we doing something?
Hey, Pure Alaska, thanks for being here. So yeah, you like to go hiking around in Texas mostly, right?
Yeah, where I'm at. Usually this time of year, but when it gets from June through September, I don't even want to be on trail. It's just ungodly hot.
Yeah, it does get hot down there in the summertime. I guess you guys get hot in the summertime. We get cold in the wintertime.
Yeah. And I believe when I talked to you before, I did live in Alaska from 1963 to 68. My dad was stationed on Elmendorf Air Force Base in Anchorage.
Right. I remember that now. I did forget about that.
Yeah.
You were pretty young at the time, though.
Oh, yeah. I do remember a little bit of it. I remember enjoying the snow.
Right.
And speaking of that, we actually did have a snowfall here this last January.
Right.
It was only a dusting, but it had been rather rare, but the last several years we've gotten a few snowfalls.
Right. Yeah. Before you came on, I mentioned I have about 6 inches out on the ground right now, and it should be like chest deep, shoulder deep right now, and I have maybe 6 inches. And all next week it's supposed to be in the low 40s as the temperature, where it should be still highs in the 20s, and it's going to be highs in the low 40s. So yeah, just a crazy winter this year.
Yeah, we're actually just slightly warmer than what we would normally be for late February, early March. We're going to be in 70s, and then I think sometime next week we'll be up in the 80s.
Right.
But lows in the 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't ever want it to warm up here too quick because we'll go from cool weather to blazing heat in a week, you know.
Yeah. We should be this time of the year. We should be in the highs would be in the 20s, and the lows still getting down around 0 at night.
Mhm.
And then in a week or maybe 10 days from now, it would be getting up into the low 30s as the highs. So between 30 and 35 degrees as the highs, and 20s and teens as the lows. But this year it's going to be 40s next week. Like every day it's calling for between 40 and 43. You can't believe it.
I actually like it when it's in the 40s here.
Oh, I do too. Just that's
Yeah.
usually end of April weather and May weather, not going into March weather. Oh, wow. Thanks, Pure Alaska. Wow. You can buy the first round at the Roadhouse when we get together. Sure. Sounds great. Sounds great. Yeah. Pure Alaska actually has a cabin just not too far from my remote cabin also.
I'm just kind of curious. Say if I'm using acreage as a point orient to myself, how far are you away from it?
I here at this property, driving by the highway, it's right about an hour and 15 minutes to Elmendorf. And I am literally, if you look on a map, I'm directly north, right along the highway in Willow, Alaska. So right across the waterway is like Wasilla. Then you go to Houston, Big Lake area. Well, Big Lake, Houston, then Willow. So I'm about an hour north of Anchorage and pretty much straight north, right along the highway. So the area is called Willow.
You know, I recall one place we saw on an Armed Forces Day. This is probably in the late '60s. I don't think the place is even functional anymore, but it was called Sight Summit, and it had all the listening equipment and radar stuff on top of that mountain peak.
Yeah, well, there is a mountain peak right on the edge of Anchorage that still has the silos for the missiles that they used to have. And then there's a military base out in Delta Junction that's defensive intercontinental ballistic missile base. So they have a whole area that's fenced off that has missiles in it, and they're ready to go. So, and then north of me, few hours, something like that, is another area called Clear, and they have the big white domes for the radar. And they have several of those, and it's a super small base. Not very many people there, like 50 people or something like that. That's it. But it's a big radar base for listening to Russians or air traffic or something like that. I'm not really sure what they do there, but I know they got big round domes. So, yeah, there's a lot going on in Alaska military wise.
Yeah, I was told about this after that earthquake in 1964.
Right.
We were staying in base housing, but after that, all the power was out. So my dad, being a senior NCO, he was able to take the whole family, and we stayed in the NORAD offices on Elmendorf.
I bet that was unique, huh?
Yeah, well, I don't remember it all. I was just way too young.
Right. Pure Alaska says Clear is actually a Space Force base now, which I could see that.
Oh,
Yeah, before the Space Force, I think technically it was an Air Force base, but I'm not totally positive on that. It was Air Force or Army, one or the other. But yeah. So you ever gonna come back up to Alaska?
it's on my list, but I don't even have a date set.
Right.
But if I do, I definitely will let you know.
Yeah, definitely. You should come up for the meetup. We're planning on having one every year, so
Oh yeah,
just
and
schedule your trip around the meetup.
yeah, and I'm still contemplating about the other meetups, the Mid America and that, but
Yeah.
I'm not certain on those yet.
Right.
Because with Joanne, I got a couple of tribal events coming up through this next, well, one we have on Saturday. Then we have a deal we're going to the following Saturday. And then I believe she has some stuff set up in April, and I don't know if we'll make it up to those
Right.
when they're having meetings.
The Rambling Peaches here and Ace is here. Thank you guys for showing up.
Hello, Carol and Ace.
Yeah. So you've mentioned a couple times tribal stuff. Are you native, or is it just your wife that's native?
Yeah, Joanne's native. I'm not.
Okay. That's what I thought it was, but just thought I'd ask because I'm sure a lot of people here are new to your channel. So.
Oh, yeah.
So. Let's see here. Ace is saying, howdy, Bill. Howdy, Kevin. Howdy, y'all. Let's see here. I'm looking at the chat. I don't think I missed anything. Nope. Everything looks good. So, you got a guitar right beside you. Do you play?
Yeah.
What do you like to play?
I
Nothing
play
copyrighted music, I hope.
No, I can do something that's not copyrighted. Well, I had a guitar pick around here.
You have two guitars there. I only saw the one.
Yep. I'll just try it.
Thanks. Hey, Holly, thanks for being here tonight.
And you won't get copyrighted on that one. That one's mine.
I don't think you played it long enough either.
Yeah.
I know you can, as long as it's under like 10 seconds, you won't get hit with copyright.
That's good to know.
Yeah. So I've used a couple of copyrighted clips in my videos from time to time, but I keep them under 10 seconds.
What was it? I got a copyright thing because Christmas music was in the background.
Yeah.
On one of my videos.
Right.
It wasn't a strike, but it was.
Yeah.
Because they said, okay, what I had to do is just go back into the description and give them credit.
Right.
It was an artist that allows their music to be used on YouTube.
What's nice now is YouTube just automatically puts the licenses in there when they find it. So, and I don't see the part that I don't understand is if you owned a bar or restaurant, you can play music to the public.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't get copyrighted. You don't have to pay royalties or anything for it. And you're making money off of that music indirectly because you're creating an atmosphere that people want to come to. If you're a DJ, you can play the music for thousands of people and you don't have to pay copyright licensing for that. and you're making money directly from their music. But yet, if you or I put music in our video, then we get busted with copyright.
Yeah, or let's say you're at a public event and music's
Yeah.
being played. You don't have control of that.
Right.
And I'm thinking, that's like the same thing you're doing something video in public,
Yeah.
and it's legal to do the video in public
Right.
now, but it's like you're not in control of that music,
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Literally, like, I could be a DJ and open up for like the Rolling Stones doing DJ stuff in front of 1,000,000 people. Don't have to pay a dime in royalties, and I can play whatever music
Mm-hmm.
in front of all those people, and nothing will happen to me. But heaven forbid I put a video that's 1,000 people is going to actually see, and it could be actually taken down off of YouTube, depending on who the artist is that owns that music.
Oh yeah.
Which I don't understand how that can be that way. So all these people over here can make money off of the music, but these people can't. So that's what I don't understand.
Now I could see it if it's at a concert, that you shouldn't be taking a video of that there,
Right.
Like a couple times we did some things at one of the theme parks here.
Right.
And I basically had to eliminate all the sound and just add sound myself.
Right. Hey, DJ, thanks for being here. DJ Tenaru is in the house.
Hey.
Yeah, a lot of people are basically saying, yeah, I never thought of it that way, and that's a good point and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and it's not like we're trying to pass off the music as our own.
Yeah.
Like nothing like that. So we should be able to use it. Especially since if we bought that version of that piece of music, I mean, I can go and buy a CD and I can let 10 million people listen to that CD and pass it around. But yet, if I play it on a video, then that's wrong. So, yeah, just a little tangent I got on, I guess, about it.
Yeah, it's like, a couple things stopped me. Like when we'd go to the Martha Lights Festival,
Right.
that would have been a great event to live stream. But there'd have been no way I could do it because they have live bands there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, live streams, you could do it and just not monetize it.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the fact, you would get that warning, and then they would just take the money from it if you're monetized, and you wouldn't get any money. Now, there's a few groups that if you start playing their music, YouTube on live, YouTube will actually black out your live until that song's done.
Mm-hmm.
And AC/DC is one of them. So if you try to play AC/DC music, they'll just stop your live until the song's over, then it'll start again.
Yeah, and this is related to what you're saying about the music. Say this band's playing at this venue, and they're playing somebody else's music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're not paying royalties,
no,
but yet they're making money playing. Mm-hmm. Hey, we got someone else here. Let's add him up. Get that warning, and then they would just take that. Hey, who's this guy?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. How are you, Brian?
How you doing, Brian?
Pretty good. We got a bunch of windows today for a house. For
did
my
you?
house. Yeah, 6 of
Cool.
them. There was
Gonna be,
already
warm next
several
winter, huh?
What?
You're gonna be warm next winter.
It's okay now. Hey,
Uh,
there's Johnny Gillum.
hey, Johnny, how are you?
Hey.
You know, I already had some windows, and I just need to finish it up. Hopefully, they come in and God, it'd be nice if they just did my house.
Yeah.
My house is a little ranch house, so they can just do it simple, get it done. My parents' house is a different story.
Nice and easy, huh?
No, my parents' house.
2
Complicated.
stories.
Yeah. 2 stories. But they're gonna do as much as I can get them to do on that as far as the exterior too.
Right.
I did a lot of it, but man, some of that stuff was done years ago, and I don't want to get up there on that ladder and hang off the tractor bucket anymore.
Yeah, I hear you on that. We don't bounce as well as we used to.
Well, it's not the fall; it's that sudden stop at the end.
Yeah.
On top
Yeah.
of the ladder.
That's what I mean. We don't bounce as well as we used to.
You know, if you could just fall and the ladder got out of the way.
Hey, Barbara Forge is here.
The ladder does more damage than the height.
Yeah. Yeah. it does.
Howdy. Barbara and Forge is in here.
You know, there's been places I've been at where I've been hiking. That if I went over the side, that'd be it.
Hey,
Oh my God! Not
we got
again.
the flip flop farmer in the house.
Not again, huh?
The counting flip flop farmer.
Oh, I haven't wore flip flops in a long.
This is just a repeat of last night.
Pretty much.
Oh, we got Kevin up here.
Yeah.
Is that a good or bad thing, Johnny?
Oh, that's a good thing, Kevin.
Oh, thank you, sir.
You can moderate us.
Yeah.
Hey, Troy. Troy's out there in the
Yeah,
chat.
Troy's here.
All
Got
right.
a good many people here that's not often here at my lives. So
We told you last night.
yeah.
Been a
So
good
what are
day.
you guys
today.
up to?
What?
What are you guys up to?
Oh, it was a really good day.
Was it?
Yes.
Want to elaborate on what made it a good day?
Let me make sure that I'm not. I hear an echo. Has anybody got a live?
No, I don't hear anything.
You don't hear it? Okay, it's just on my end then.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we went to the auction today.
Did you?
Yeah.
What kind of auction? I mean, what was the majority of the type of stuff?
It was basically a farm auction, but it had a bunch of classic cars and things like that in it and stuff like that. So we ended up with a few things. It's pretty cool.
Hey, Susan's asking, where are you two from? And give a quick overview of your channels, Johnny and Brian, because Kevin already did.
Go ahead, Brian.
Okay. Most of my channel up to this point was about remodeling this 2-story farmhouse. And now I'm getting into making stuff like cornhole boards and what was the other things I did? Wall hangings, patriotic wall hangings, and now I'm doing a rack for us. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Never mind. I'm supposed to say that. I'll show it this weekend. It's gonna take a slight turn, making stuff, and the house will still be shown, just not as frequently,
All right.
and the farming not as frequently. Well,
Farming. What kind of farming?
grape farming
Great
with
farming.
36 acres of Concord grapes.
So grape juice, not wine.
Yes, grape juice.
Okay.
It goes to that. It goes to that company that we all well know, but I won't say the name.
Okay, Johnny, you're up. Give a couple second overview of your channel and
Couple seconds. Okay. Hi.
well, maybe a couple more.
Cow cars.
Hi, Cal. No. Gillum Farms, got a cattle. We run cattle and stuff like that. Cattle, pigs, chickens, etc. Do a lot of auction videos. We have another channel called Gillum Farms Outdoors and More, where we drag race a 69 GTO and do some hunting and stuff like that on that channel. Of course, you can see some of it on both channels. Yeah, just down here in Oklahoma, being, messing with the cows mostly.
Right.
Moo.
Danny boy. Danny boy the bull.
I've been watching a lot of videos on regenerative farming. Have you looked into any of that, Johnny?
What's
And,
Regenerative farming, where you have the cattle in one area, and then when you move them off, you move like chickens onto that area,
Nope.
and then
Nope.
the chickens follow the cattle around, that type of
Well,
thing.
we really can't, because the chickens are here.
Okay.
The cattle are 30 miles away. Now, once I move some of the cattle up here, we're going, we've got 90 acres here where we live. And once I use the dozer and get enough of that cleared off out there to run cattle up here, then it kind of a possibility, except for the fact that we have bears and stuff like that, and it's going to be tough to try to run chickens anywhere but right here at the house. As a matter of fact, I can step off the porch right there, and the chickens are they're 15 yards away. So I can watch the chickens all the time. Let's put it that way.
Hey, Troy. And what did you tell him? Did you tell him he was allowed to come? Troy says that Todd Legend is usually on my lives and a lot of makers' lives. Said he was interested in going to the gathering. So that'd be awesome.
Yep.
He seems to be a good guy, Troy. I mean, he's in a lot of the lives that I've been in.
Yeah, Janet, that wouldn't work too well.
Yeah,
Too much for him.
God does a lot of things on Instagram.
Right. Yeah, I've just been watching a lot of that, kind of like the Joel Salatin thing. He moves his chickens and cows and stuff
Yeah,
from daily to weekly, depending on what it is and where they're at and stuff like that.
Yeah, I understand the premise and everything, but having said that, now get this, all right, not our chickens, but our neighbors' chickens are over there with our cattle. So the cattle, whenever they're in a field, like the front field, I call it the Mean Girls paddock. Whenever they're in the Mean Girls paddock, the chickens follow those around and they scratch in their droppings.
Right.
They're looking for the bugs and stuff that get, underneath them, the worms and the grubs and things like that. So they're spreading that all around.
Right.
So it works out well with their chickens. Now our chickens, aren't over there. So, but it is interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. And the chickens are fertilizing also.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we have
the
fertilizer for sure.
You eat chicken and it runs around and poo. And eats. Get that. He eats worms. Worms are not a good thing to have, yet they eat worms.
Yeah.
But I guess they're killed, so I guess it doesn't count.
Yeah, they go into that craw and gets all ground up with the rocks in there.
Yeah.
That's
And
not going to affect them much, is
does
it?
anybody notice chicken going up?
I'm sure it will be.
I
Like
wouldn't.
actual chicken. I mean, I know eggs are high, but chicken seems to be hanging, They're the same. It's weird.
Yeah, go figure that. You would think that it would be skyrocketed, a lot, just like the chicken. We went to the what is that? The Restaurant Depot, where we get our bulk foods, like our cheese and our pork chops and ham and eggs. And eggs were almost $10 a dozen.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
Walmart was around $6, but that's why.
I was thinking about the thing about the worms. Well, this teacher was showing their class had a glass of water and a glass of whiskey. Put a worm in each one of them. Of course, in a few minutes, the worm in the whiskey was dead. And the teacher goes, "What does that tell you?" And the one kid, smart-ass kid, comes up and says, "Well, whoever drinks whiskey doesn't get worms."
Well,
That's
Pierre
a-
Alaska just said he bought 24 pullets for $39 each up here.
Is that because of shipping, or were they like right there and you just bought them right
Well,
there?
I'm sure that it includes shipping in the price because things are pullets are starting to be shipped up here now. The
Okay.
first rounds of them are starting to be shipped up. So,
Oh boy, we got it going now. Egg prices are only high here in the U.S. Prices really haven't changed in other countries.
yep.
Yeah, well, did other countries go and get rid of all the chickens due to
No, they let
Chicken
the chickens
flu?
go through it, and then they're healthier next summer because of it.
Well, does it really take that long to replenish chickens after you? I mean, I don't understand what process the chicken farmers are going through. I mean,
Yeah.
did they get rid of all their chickens and then they start over? Or does it really take that long to replenish them?
Yeah, it takes like 16 weeks for a chicken to start laying eggs.
Oh, I thought it was less than that.
No, it's like about half the year, 5 months or something like that, from birth to
Yeah,
start
we
laying.
we get our baby chicks. We'll get them in like April, and they start laying about September.
Yeah.
So yeah, and exactly. Let their natural immunity build up. That's right. I mean, they just go in and unselectively just
Kill
kill
the
all
whole
of
entire flock.
kill every chicken, and because they've got one or two in the whole flock that have been
Right.
sick or something like that. So
I mean, if it's that bad, I could see them saying, okay, until all your chickens are healthy, you're not allowed to sell your eggs anymore, or something like that for that flock that is sick.
Wouldn't eventually they all get sick and then be over with it?
Yeah,
well, see that's
And if
that's
they
the
died,
thing.
they died. And if they didn't, then they got over it.
Yeah, it's kind of like natural selection, just
yeah. The weak
strong survive.
I'm sure the season or however long it would take to just go through, kill out all the chickens that the flu's going to kill out, and then you got your chickens that are healthy.
Hey, Marketplace Boutique,
Yeah.
thanks for being here.
Then you have chickens after that are, kind of got a built up immunity to it.
Yeah,
Exactly. But no,
maybe
a
that's
chicken
the plan.
got sick in Alabama. We got to kill all the chickens in Alabama, Louisiana, and Mississippi.
So then you go get a whole new batch of chickens, and another one gets it.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's dumb.
And we're not talking about killing 100 chickens or anything. Talking
Oh, I
10,
know.
20,000, maybe 100,000.
Millions of
Yeah.
chickens.
Million. So it takes a while to get that many fertilized eggs hatched and replenished even.
Yeah.
Like you're talking 1,000 chickens. Yeah, you can get 1,000 eggs tomorrow that will hatch. But when you're talking exactly 1 million chickens, it takes a little while to get that many eggs.
Yeah. Millions of chickens. That's right, Clint.
And to get that whole built back up and stuff.
How does it
I'll never
transfer to
understand how
humans?
why they do stuff like that.
What are they talking about as far as how it transfers to humans and their concerns about it?
I don't know.
Don't,
It's
I
not
don't-
any worse than the flu, from what I know.
I don't think there's really any. They've said that it's gotten into milk cows, and it's not been into beef cattle. It's just gotten into milk cows because milk cows catch everything.
Right.
But you know, it's just, but it's not really a thing. Like I wouldn't be concerned at all with it in our cattle herd at all. So, and I think a lot of it comes from migratory birds, like migratory waterfowl and stuff like that. Geese are supposedly a big, spreader of that.
Yeah, they've been finding vultures here that have died from it.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
How does it affect the layers and not the meat chickens? Selective virus, yeah. And that's the thing, I mean, they've killed all these egg layers and stuff like that, but we don't seem to be seeing an increase in price and the cost of chicken, like whenever you're eating chicken. So that's odd to me. They claim it transfers to cattle, so wait until they start slaughtering cattle. That's right, Clint. And and that the thing about like us raising cattle, anybody who raises livestock, like if Bill's raising pigs or something like that, or we're raising cattle, say Brian decides to raise a whole bunch of chickens and a wild turkey comes up and starts attacking them, and
I just walked
like
up
he had chasing him around.
Right.
Here, turkey. But say yeah, they can come in, since it's livestock, they can come and actually slaughter your herd, your flock, or all your pigs. And there's really nothing you can do about it.
Right.
And because it's livestock, it's not like your dog. If it was your dog, there'd be a huge uproar. If they want to come and kill every cow we have, they could.
Well, that's really, I mean, you have a small herd.
Yeah, it's not a huge herd, no, but we got
So you just let them all get sick.
Do what?
You just let them all get sick, and they would get over it, and then you'd
Right.
continue.
Right.
Well, I wouldn't be talking about it if my cows didn't feel real good. You know what I mean? Because if you ever let them know that your cows are not feeling real good, they're liable to just come out and take them out for you. But our cows are doing great, so I'm not. Control the food, control the people. Yep, that's right. Question: control the food, control the people. Yep.
Well,
And I'm hoping the same thing happens with the USDA that's happening with the EPA.
Yes.
The EPA is basically about 50-60% are getting laid off.
Yeah.
So that means they're only going to be able to focus on the really important stuff and not the guy who happens to spill some oil in their driveway.
Or decides that they don't like putting DEF in their diesel.
Yeah.
And deletes all that junk off there so that they can actually get some decent fuel mileage and stuff. Because that stuff, it drops your fuel mileage bad. Everything does. Like
so
that.
Hopefully the same thing happens with the USDA.
Yeah. Need to abolish the EPA altogether. Clint, we're seeing eye to eye here.
Yeah. And that's going to happen with
a lot of the chicken stuff is just a leftover from the last administration, isn't it?
Yeah.
They killed them.
I mean,
they killed them during the Biden administration.
Yeah. It's going to clear it up, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, we'll get chickens back. So yeah.
No cows will have to die.
No cow will have to die. Yeah.
Adopt a chick before it's time. Everybody adopt a chicken.
You might adopt a chicken. Be your, what do you call it? Support chicken.
Yeah.
Emotional support chicken. Yeah.
Chicken foster.
Yeah.
Then when it gets sick, take care of it, and then you can release it back into the flock.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what have you been doing, Kevin?
I've done some hiking. Of course, I've been doing stuff around the house, and I
He's a-
still got plenty to do here.
He's all retired now, guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Woo! Retired and married and all that stuff.
not married yet, but
Oh,
it's
not married yet?
not yet. But
Oh, okay. I thought you already were.
yeah, we plan on it. We just have not set a date yet.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool.
So
Yeah,
how
Go ahead.
how late do you typically sleep in the morning compared to what you used to have to get up for?
He gets up about 4 p.m.
I haven't done that one yet, but like this morning, I was up still by 8 o'clock.
And what time did you have to get up when you were working?
I had to get up about 5,
Out.
and it wasn't like the job ended when I went home because they could always call me for something.
Right. Not anymore, huh?
Nope.
It's like, yeah, you can call me. It'll be minimum 1 hour at $250 an hour.
You get
Oh,
PTSD
I
when
would- I would have too much fun if they
What is
called
that?
me now.
Right. Hey, Journey, thanks for being here tonight.
Yeah, and I'll be getting up early tomorrow. I got plans to do some hiking at a state park, more of an actual real hike, not the neighborhood strolls I've been doing. Then Saturday we're going to be at the Texas Tribal Buffalo Ranch. We got to have
Okay.
we're going there. That lady that runs it, she has a pretty interesting operation.
I think Johnny needs a couple bison.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
But
You
they're
know,
just
I should have bought a whole bunch of pipe to build pipe fence too if I was going to have a bunch of bison.
Yeah, you have to pretty much.
Yeah. Can't keep them in.
Yep, and
I just go.
you can't really get close to them, but they'll come after you.
Yeah, the high school I grew up at, the high school baseball field, right behind third base line bleachers was a bison field. So there was often bison over there. So if someone hit a foul ball over there, it was like, are the bison around? Nope. Okay, I can run in and get it and then come back out. Oh, there's bison. That baseball is gone.
Yeah.
they got bulgy eyes.
Yeah.
They you know, they'll cross with cattle, and then you get your beefalo,
Yeah, beefalo.
which are pretty cool in and of themselves, but welded drilling rig pipe, LOL, might hold them. Yep. Yep. Speaking of that, there was a whole bunch of pipe that went today that I wish I would have bought. A lot of good pipe for pipe fence and stuff like that, corrals. Boy, it was sucker rod, lots of it, about 16 to 20 foot lengths of sucker rod. It was awesome.
Hey,
Yeah,
Joyful Jenny. How are you?
Beefalo does sound delicious, doesn't it, Clint?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the bison pasture that was right by my high school, it was just a regular wire fence. It was nothing special. And I think I can only remember like one time that they got out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they were just like right there at the fence.
Maybe
I think if you keep them well fed, they don't wander.
if you keep every single thing that they want in there, yeah. But if they want to go somewhere, they just do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not going to stop them.
Well, the nice thing about it, we'll be leaving from there with some bison meat.
Oh, that's good. That's definitely good.
Bill, what do they do with moose up there? What do they do with it? Do they eat
Eat it.
any of it, or do they do anything other than just have them wild?
There is a moose rescue place somewhere here in the valley, but that's just like a moose rescue. So other than just wild moose, no.
Okay, so they don't eat it.
Well, we eat moose, yes. If we go out and shoot it, just like you would shoot a deer,
Is
shoot moose.
there a season for shooting it, or can you shoot it anytime?
No, a season for shooting it, just like deer season. There's moose season. There's cow moose season. You can get a tag and do that. There's child hunts. There's subsistence hunting. So those
the roadkill deal.
I was just gonna get to it. Also, there's a roadkill list that you can get on that I'm on with Crystal and Ree from Flat Tire Farm. We're on it together, and it's called the roadkill list. And whenever a moose gets hit on the road, the officer will come dispatch it if it's not already dispatched, and they'll call the next person in line on the roadkill list, and you can go and harvest the moose. Because like a bull moose could get hit, and you're still maybe half of it you have to throw away. That's not any good. But the other half, you're still looking at 400 pounds of meat, 300 pounds of meat. My neighbor actually got one 2 years ago from the roadkill list, and literally he threw away about 2 pounds of meat. It was a full-grown cow. He threw away about 2 pounds of meat, and the rest of it was perfect.
You have to have a pretty big freezer to take in a moose.
Yeah, you can.
How many pounds is a full-grown moose?
Well, a full-grown walking around moose, like a bull moose, can be over 1,500 pounds.
Holy cow!
And then field dressed, you're looking at 1,000, 1,100 pounds, something like that, 1,200 pounds. And then once it's all cut up and everything, 800, 900 pounds of meat on a full-grown, like mature bull moose.
Wow, Johnny, you'd have to have 3 dining room tables for that.
But even on the roadkill list, like if you have to throw away half or 3/4 of the moose, you're not technically throwing it away. You give it to like a local dog musher for his dogs.
Yep.
And the dogs eat it up. So it doesn't go to waste, or if you give it away to locals that have dogs in the area, and they feed it to their dogs. And when you're getting 50, 100, 200, 300, 400 pounds of meat that was hit, that's a lot of savings in kibble that you don't have to feed the dogs.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I need to ask the neighbor what he does with the heart and liver and the gizzard stuff, because they say it's really good for dogs.
Yeah.
Well, we got a bunch of that stuff. We've got from our steer that we butchered.
And what do you do with it?
Okay.
I haven't done anything with it. I just told them to, whenever we had it processed, I said, yeah, we'll take it. So we've still got it.
Well,
Pure
what
laughter.
would you do with it when you do something with it?
Oh, I don't know. I'm probably like, I'm not a real big liver eater. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll probably use it for catfish bait. And, Christine's
Can
dehydrated.
Dexter have some?
Huh?
Can Dexter have some?
Can Dexter have a little bit of beef liver? Sure. Hey, Janae.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, how are you?
Hello.
Hey, Bill. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, same here. Same here. I just want to say one thing real quick. Pure Alaska, he said he shot a 64-inch moose this year and got 870 pounds of meat off of it. So the 64 inches how wide the horns were.
Right.
No, I'm thinking going out towards West Texas when we visit out there quite a bit. There would be some of those exotic game ranches,
Right.
and they had some elk get loose. So
Wow.
there's actually a population of elk living out there.
Right.
But elk were native to Texas at one time, but they'd been over harvested, so there were no more elk.
There's, I guess, technically some elk in Alaska, but it's such of a small amount that, like, no one's ever known anyone that shot one, or maybe there's one or two people that got one, but it's extremely rare.
Shoot, they shoot elk here by where we live.
Right.
Yeah, there's elk herds, pretty close. As a matter of fact, this year, here in Oklahoma, if you're out deer hunting and an elk walks by, say it's a bull elk and you've got a buck tag, a deer tag,
Right.
you can shoot a bull elk on your deer tag. If a cow walks by, you can shoot a cow elk. And I followed two guys down the road that I was back in November, and it was after opening weekend rifle season, and both of them had a bull elk in the back of the truck. And it's because people out here, they're like nature conservancies and stuff like that have put these elk in their properties and stuff. Well, those elk won't stay.
No.
And since they are considered a deer,
Yes.
they get off the nature conservancy, and they have just determined that they become fair game once they get off those properties, places where they've been put, because they actually are kind of dangerous to hit in a car. So they really don't want them just roaming everywhere. So they let you kind of shoot the ones that get out of the area they're supposed to be in.
We
hey.
have
I have a
gonna
question.
Well, Janae, tell us a little bit about your channel and
Aw.
give a quick few second
Hey,
overview.
it's about all of you. You are the you in community. It's not about me.
Okay.
But I want to ask you a question, y'all. What is bigger, an elk or a moose?
Moose.
Oh, okay.
Moose
See, I
is
got a
part of the
wrinkle-
deer family, and it is the biggest. Basically, it's moose is the biggest, then elk, then caribou, then various kinds of deer.
That's awesome. I remember going to camp. My mama drove us up to Maine. Have y'all ever been to Maine?
I have been.
It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I was so thankful that as, a youngin, that my mama put us in a faith-based all-girls camp. And in that camp, my sister and I, the first thing we had to go to is the flagpole. And we did devotionals for half an hour before we can even eat breakfast in the dining hall. But we overlook this beautiful hillside with cabins, and we had the most serene lake. Beautiful.
Yeah.
And we did sailboating with the little sunfish sailboats, canoeing. I shot rifles on my stomach at 50 feet, and I still keep the targets.
That's
I
nice.
mean, yeah, I grew up with archery, bow and arrows. I was really good at that. And
I definitely want to get a bow soon.
Yeah, it's the most beautiful. If y'all haven't been up to Maine, it is absolutely pristine.
I don't know if you can see that, but it is lightly snowing outside right now.
It's always magical. I mean, I'm not in the snowy world right now, and my thing just blipped out. Are y'all still in this beautiful place? Because there is a cruise that Lazy Days Ahead and Rambling with the Brooms is holding for Alaska. cruise 2025.
Yep.
And I put it in chat, but I don't have a jacket to drop links.
I'm
But
a-
Johnny's a good moderator. I'm a good moderator if you need good mods. Kevin's awesome. He's up here. First time I see Kevin up on panel. Hey, Kevin.
Hi,
Yeah.
Janae.
Hey. And hello to Brian.
Right?
Yeah, I occasionally pop up.
Yeah, we're going to get to Alaska for the first time ever this August. So yeah.
Right. I am thinking about maybe flying down to one of the ports of call.
Oh, nice.
I'm still
Oh.
kicking around that idea because
Mm-hmm.
I think the farthest north you guys will come is, I think, Valdez, possibly.
Is that near Juneau?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Valdez is kind of more west of Juneau.
Mhm.
So I think it is farther north also. But or Juneau might be the farthest north. I can't remember. I know Scott told me, but this was like a year ago, and I can't remember all the various ports. But you're not
That'd be
definitely coming up to Whittier or Anchorage or anywhere like that. So I am
Mhm.
thinking about maybe flying down somewhere to one of the ports of call and hanging out for the day or two that everyone is there.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Y'all have each other's emails. My email's in my description on my page channel. If y'all need to get in contact with me, or, Scott has his email. Actually, I'm supposed to email Scott. This reminds me, I have to email Scott. Okay, email Scott. And yeah.
And
Yeah,
we're
maybe-
having the Alaska YouTube meetup on the 21st of June this year. So the third annual.
Yeah.
And Magic Metals is the sponsor.
Oh, okay.
They cut us a nice size check.
Well, that's nice.
So, yeah.
Do you know what
Yeah.
I loved about? There was a show that I always watched, and it broke my heart. I remember Parker and his grandpa. Remember his grandfather?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's like the
The
best.
gold miners.
Yeah. And the best time that he spent was with his grandpa. It's not even about the goal. It's like the moments they had that together,
Yeah.
That was
That's
so
a-
special.
Losing a favorite grandfather or grandparent.
Yeah. It's always about this subject in life. And
Yeah.
that's why we have to do our best, all of us here on social media. I know my mom's been in the hospital since December. They transferred her to a care facility, and she still's not able to feed herself and stand up and do things. She had a doctor's today, another doctor. So she's seen about 4 or 5 doctors already. She's still going through it. And my sister's on a feeding tube fighting for her life. So, life's precious, it's fragile. And I encourage everyone just to keep positive. Regardless of what stuff we face in life, I always believed in my soul since I was a little girl and the power of God, the power of
Right.
inspiration and positivity. There's a lot
It
of
can definitely
people.
help.
Yeah. And I faced it too. The reason I started my channel, if you want to know just a little bit about it, is I was kind of bullied on social media. So I prefer to do it this way. And it gave me a chance to inspire the world and have a small voice.
Right.
Because each one of us has something special that we can contribute a verse, And if it just, even if it's just one person, that's all. And, our candles can light each other. You light someone else, because I always ask this question: can we see the wind? Well, we know the wind, we feel
Right.
it, right? We can
Right.
feel it on our face, or if we see the trees blowing and the leaves, we can see the actual tree limbs swaying, or we can see the wind on the water. If you know about sailing, you can see where the wind is on the water on the lake, right?
Right.
So we know then it exists, but we really can't see it until that stuff gets in motion. I relate it to the same way we see God. Like all of us have never walked when when the Lord was on this earth walking with the disciples. We weren't there. So how do we know God exists?
Faith.
Like, really?
Excuse me a second.
Yes. That who said this? Faith.
I did.
Bill.
I want to say one thing. Pure Alaska, send me an email to lastfrontiercabin@gmail.com and I'll send you the information.
Okay, let me get it. Let me write it.
Hey, well, I need to call someone back, so I'm going to go
Okay.
ahead and get on down. And I appreciate you having me, Bill.
Yep. Thank you for
Nice
coming up
meeting
and talking.
today.
Oh, you too, Kev. It's great to see
Good
you.
to see you, Johnny.
Yeah.
And if Brian's still listening, yep, good to see you too. Well, everybody have a good night.
Okay. Have a good one, Kevin.
See you later, Kevin.
See you later, Brian.
Have a good one, Kev.
I had to plug my phone in. It was dead.
All right, I need to write down the email. Last Frontier.
Yeah.
It's right there in chat. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's where Pure Alaska was asking about the YouTube meetup. So, yeah, send me an email and I'll send you the information about it. And people are saying goodnight to Kevin, even though he's gone already.
Mm-hmm. Always in our hearts.
Yeah.
When we
You know,
all
I-
when we all disappear off the screen, we're all still here.
Bill, I sent you a message to answer something you asked me earlier on Messenger.
Okay. Let me jump over. Yeah.
Well, I got a lot of editing I got to get done tonight
Yeah.
because tomorrow I've got a video that has to drop and I just now got it off the GoPro. So it's going to take probably a few hours tonight and some more in the morning to be able to put it out about 3:00 tomorrow afternoon. So I'm gonna bail and go watch and go start editing and stuff like that.
I
I
see.
heard that.
It's great being up on your live. I mean, I haven't known you to do panel. Do you do panel lives very often?
Well, yeah, I'm going to now that I'm using StreamYard.
Oh, okay.
You know, I really enjoyed you, Bill. I really appreciate your
And I-
positivity very much so.
Thank you. And I see I'm at almost an hour and 20 minutes, so I am going to wrap it up also.
Yeah, I gotta go and edit that video that I started. Everybody knows I need to.
I know what you're doing. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, we know
Really?
we know what you're doing.
Do you? Did
Right,
I tell
Johnny?
you?
Johnny, we
Do
know
what?
what Brian does, don't we?
Yeah.
Yep. All right then.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
awesome.
guys for coming up and talking with me, and thanks for everyone in the chat, and thanks
Yeah.
for the moderators for dropping links and keeping my chat safe. So thanks everyone, and have a good night.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Bye.
Good
Good
night.
night, Johnny. Thank you, Bill.
Yep. Have a good night, Janae. And good
Thank
night,
you.
Brian.
Night.
I love to have you on my panel one day. I haven't done